All right, happy first day, the math teacher says as he walks in. It's Mr. Abrams from last year. The dean walks to the back and takes a seat. It's day one. Who could have already pissed in his Cheerios? I glance over at him before looking at the board, and he's writing in a notepad. Mr. Abrams did a short lesson review and retest our memory. When the bell rings, I walk out the classroom with Champion. He grabs my hand and interlocks our fingers. Took you long enough, he says without looking at me. I start to laugh, but have no rebuttal. Champion's third period and my third period class were within doors of each other. How cute. I never thought I'd be that girl to have a school boyfriend. Then again, I never thought I'd have a boyfriend. But whatever. As I'm sitting in class, I realize I don't know what period everyone has lunch. The computer teacher is talking, but he sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. The first day stuff is easy, but so boring. When the bell rings, I look for Champion in the hallway, and he emerges from the crowd of people. What period do you have lunch? I ask. 6. I open up my schedule. I had lunch the same period. So now you don't have to be a bad influence on me, Champion says, trying to keep a straight face. Okay, Miss Rios. You going to every class? He questions. Yes! New summer. Good. Come with me after school for some pickups. Milo will be out front. Okay, meet me at the same spot as last year for lunch. He kisses my forehead and turns to go to class. When it's time for lunch, I get down to our old spot. Angelo and his boys are standing there. I know this was his idea. I roll my eyes and walk over to the group. Y'all gotta move. Your name on this wall, shorty. A tall, brown-skinned boy with a lot of acne and fuzzy braids replies. Angelo starts to laugh. Then I see his facial expression change. Why you smurf-ass niggas in my spot? I turn around to see Jules, Damien, Shania, and Champion standing there. Y'all got business here? Jules questions. Nah, they leaving. Shania follows up with, Some you good? Champion asks. Then I start laughing. Angela looks unimpressed. I roll my eyes as they walk off. Where's Tony? I question. I haven't seen her since this morning, Shania says. I look around the hallway and see Brielle walking with Dwayne. Hey, twin, she shouts. Hey. The late bell rings for lunch and we all stay where we were just talking. Champion seemed to mesh right into the group and no one asked anything, but I'm sure they remember him from last year. Tony was MIA for the rest of the day. Strange. When I get outside at the end of the day, I see Milo parked up front. I know the car pretty well since I ride with them often. As I get closer to the car, I hear the doors unlock. I open the passenger back door and step inside the Suburban. Hi, Milo. Hey, Sam. Champ should be out any second now. He nods his head in acknowledgement of my statement. Within a few minutes, I see him walking down the corridor toward the car. Tommy was outside telling folks to go home and shooing. Tim was with him, but he's much less aggressive than Tommy is. How long do you think we'll be? I don't want Molly tripping, I say to Champion. He starts to think. Just take her home, Lo. Why? I say, pouting. So Molly don't trip. I shouldn't be taking you with me anyway. I just like when you're around. He shrugs. I roll my eyes, but I know he's right. I lean under Champion's arm as Milo drives towards my house, and when we arrive, I don't really want to move. He tickles me under my ribs and I jump. You want to ride to school? I start to think. Sharif knows about Milo? Yeah. Nah, I don't want to take no chances. I'll take the bus and take the ride home. He nods in a manner of me being correct with the statement. I lean in and kiss his lips. Call me later. If it's not too late, I will, baby. I glare at him. He starts laughing. If it's not too late, I will, baby. I roll my eyes annoyed, but playfully. I get out of the truck and walk toward my building. I look back and I see them waiting to make sure I get inside. I start taking my keys out of my book bag and Maurice exits my building and holds the door. I let out a long sigh. Hey, Sam. Hi, Maurice, I reply in a dry tone. Milo still has the truck parked, and I know Champion is watching. Summer, I'm sorry if I offended you at your party. You didn't. I say, trying to walk into the building. Why you don't like me, though? I try not to be obvious with the eye roll. I didn't really want to be mean. I think you're really nice, but you're just not my type beyond a friend anyway. You're not even nice to me as a friend. I mean, my bad, but you be blowing mine. I look back at the truck and Milo hasn't moved. They waiting for you. Just making sure I get upstairs is all. Oh, your man? I nod my head. Okay, I don't want to hold you up then, he says and lets the door go. He looks defeated and I try to be as nice as possible, but I just turn to go toward the elevator. When I get upstairs, I look out my kitchen window and Milo finally pulled off. I laugh to myself because I know Champion isn't going to let that slide. He's definitely calling me tonight now. Win for me. I take a cup of noodles out of the cabinet and put some water in it, and then pop it in the microwave. I wash my hands at the kitchen sink and then walk to my room to put my stuff down. I slide off my shoes and the phone starts ringing. I look at the caller ID and it's Tony's house. Oh, you knew I was home, I say into the receiver. Girl, I was taking a chance. I just dialed. What's wrong? I'm leaving by the end of the week. My mother called the cops on me from the fight. They came to the school. I was shocked. I didn't even know what to say. She has a restraining order on me, so I'm going to my other sister's house until Friday. Wow, that is crazy. I know, but whatever. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here and never come back. She sounds so sad, but she's trying to mask it as frustration. What about you and Cruz? Girl, I can't hold my life for no nigga. Whatever happens, happens. I ain't pressed though. I hear you. Well, I called to say if I don't see you before Friday, I'll see you when I come back down to visit. I'm packing my stuff now. You're not coming to school? Nah, for what? I start my new school on Monday. I'll be up there to get discharged. But you know how the Wicked Witch be. Before I could reply, Tony said she had to go and hung up. I guess she wasn't supposed to be on the phone. I am going to miss her being in school. I put the phone back on the base and continue to get settled in. I spend most of the afternoon into the evening just watching TV. Around 10 p.m. the phone rings and I chuckle to myself because it's Champion. Hello, I say into the receiver. What's up, beautiful? You just got in? Yeah, like 15 minutes, changed my clothes and shit. Oh, you coming to school tomorrow? I question. Of course. I just wanted to speak to you before I went to bed. Oh? I knew there was more. He's thoughtful like that. But still, I know it's more. Yeah, what homeboy needed from you? Who? You were Al. I start laughing. He just like me. I've been curving him for mad long. He just stay in my face. He bulletproof. I start laughing and it makes me think of Ace quickly. Champion starts to chuckle. He ain't nothing to worry about. I'll take your word for it. I'm going to bed though. I'll see you in the morning. Alright, champ. We hang up. Over the next few weeks, I'd go with Champion on his runs after school more often than not. If Milo was to ever tell, we'd both be up Schitt's Creek. Shit, him too now that I think about it. Milo refers to us as the prince and princess of the drug world. Champion explains a little more in detail on his day-to-day. He consistently says he shouldn't involve me, but he does anyway. We spend time together outside of school besides his runs. Tony was doing okay in New Jersey. She liked her new school. She was talking about joining a cheerleading team. I wanted to do the same in high school, but these New York City school budgets are for the birds. My school had no team because they had no money. I've still been cutting, probably more than ever. Why? I don't know. Anyway, it's Thursday, and Brielle looks so confused. She's standing on the wall in thought. What's up, twin? I say. She's so deep in her thoughts she doesn't hear me. I put my hand on her shoulder and she jumps. Sorry, I say. What's up, Summer? You okay? I am, but I gotta break up with Dwayne. Oh? Yeah. My real boyfriend is transferring in. He got into a fight in Springfield and he's getting sent here. Springfield makes Tavio cross my mind. Imagine it's the same person? Ha! I'd really never be in school. When is he coming? Like in a week or two. He gotta finish his suspension, then he could start here. He got 2 weeks because he broke the boy's nose and loosened teeth. Well, damn, I replied. Now imagine Dwayne's soft ass trying to fight Omar. I start laughing. Omar will beat him into the ground. She continues, then chuckle lightly. So why you sad? Not really. Just need to get it over with. Just as she finishes the statement, Dwayne and Quincy are making their way through the crowd of students. Dwayne's face lights up when he sees Brielle, but it's still mixed with looking confused. Hey, hey, Summer, Quincy says in a loud, almost whisper. Hey, I'll catch y'all later, I say while looking at Brielle. She nods at me, then turns to talk to Dwayne. The bell starts ringing and everyone starts making their way through the halls. Jules is leaning on the wall talking to some girl I never seen before. He's flashing his big old grin at her and she looks like she's eating up whatever he has to say. We should go fuck up his flow, Damien says from behind me, which makes me turn and start laughing. I'm surprised you're by yourself, Damien follows up with. What's that mean? Where's Champion? Oh, I don't know. I shrug. I know where Champion is, but I couldn't tell Damien. He sells drugs for Ace and Fame. They aren't in competition for each other, but I still need to be cautious. They're not competition because Jules, Damien, and Shania serve a different part of Queens. Champion is on the opposite side of Queens, but I still can't trust him with his information. He doesn't ask me about them or what their area is, which I'm happy about. I wouldn't tell him either. Damien squints his eyes at me like he doesn't believe me. The late bell rings. I'm going to class. I have a test. See you fourth period, I say. Damien nods in acknowledgement. I just realized Shania wasn't there. Makes me start thinking if there's something similar going on for Jules' crew and they sent her to handle it like Champion went to handle it for his. I can't ask because I don't want them to ask me questions. They keep suspecting Champion sells drugs and I haven't admitted it and I won't start today. I came back downstairs during fifth period instead of fourth. Jules and Damien were on the wall where they normally stand and it looks like Jules brought his friend from this morning. I start to walk over to them, then I realize I want to find out from Brielle what happened with Dwayne. I'll be right back, I shout and walk toward their lunchroom. I come around the corner and Dwayne and Quincy are leaving the lunchroom and Dwayne looks pissed but confused. Quincy looks like he's just walking to walk with his friend. You a stupid bitch too, Dwayne says towards me. I look around before replying because who is he talking to? There was no one behind me but Tim sitting at the school safety desk. What? Sorry, Summer. He's mad about Brielle, Quincy says. Oh, okay. But why would you call me? You bitches don't know a good nigga when they in your face. I look at him confused. This must be how he feels all the time. Don't call me a bitch again or I'll slap the shit out of you, Dwayne. My voice gets louder. Tim doesn't move from the desk, but I see him make a motion for someone to come over. Fuck you, fuck Brielle, fuck you bitches. I start to walk towards him. If she hits him, I gotta send her to the dean. I hear Tim say, but I don't even bother to see who he's talking to. Dwayne looks worried as I get closer, but he doesn't move. Just as I was bringing my hand up to slap him, I get picked up. Put me down, Damien! He hands me to Jules, who throws me over his shoulder. You're gonna get suspended and hot up everybody's shit, Jules whispers to me as he walks down the hall. We get back toward our wall and Jules puts me down. What the fuck was that about? He questions. Brielle broke up with him because her real man is coming here. Nigga a crybaby. I don't know how I got in this shit. Yeah, well, fuck him. Don't bring no attention over here for none of us, your man included, Jules says. Whatever the fuck that means, I say and I storm off.